I'm Brown, about to go get. Paul McCartney, I'm rich. I'm Muhammad Ali, I talk. I'm James Brown, about to tear down this. I'm Michael Jackson, some baddest bag on get. What you mean?
Everyone, I'm Larry Ridley, and you're tuned in to Madden 18 on EA Sports. We've got a matchup where time of possession will be a focus. The Broncos are top 10 in rushing yards, and they're going up against the Raiders team that will need to keep the running game in check.
All right, Larry, we are a couple miles west of the Colorado State Capitol building as we come to you from Sports Authority Field at Mile High here in downtown Denver. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Oakland Raiders. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42-yard line. Great return.
Well, that return gives them a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
And the Denver Broncos. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. Second down. They were in the 4-3. Mike linebacker made a great tackle.
And when that happens, generally it means that the guys up front, the four-down defensive linemen, have absorbed all the blockers and allowed him to run free to the...
And that's caught at the 25. It's a big play there for Oakland. 56 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws it.
And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Ezekiel Elliott, his sixth touchdown of the season. And the Raiders have taken the early lead. And they do exactly what they wanted to. Opening drive, they get into the end zone. They do it on the ground.
And not only is the person lugging the ball happy, of course, because he got it into the end zone. How about the offensive linemen and receivers who are blocking for him? They have to feel great about themselves, sticking it in the end zone on a running play.
And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. They snap it at one. Now it's Griffin. Brought down a Raiders sack. William Hayes able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of 3. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down. Third and long. It's Griffin. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27, and they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. A first down carry by Elliott. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point,
and Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Eddie Goldman in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. And Tammy with it over the middle. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted.
Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. So the Broncos coming out now. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and get loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. Now a first carry for T.J. Yeldon. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And when you're running the football, one thing you don't want to see is a big boy coming up there to swallow you whole in those D tackles and nose tackles.
No, you're actually counting on your big boys to protect you from them. But on that play, the defensive tackle had the leverage, and he won the battle. No gain, correct?
No gain. They'll run it again with Yeldon. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves them needing about 7 here on 3rd down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Play action. Now Griffin. Forced out to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Bruce Irvin able to get in there and take him down for a loss of 3.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. Quarterback was hit.
Trying for Brown, and it's It's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Byron Maxwell. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They start on the ground with Elliott.
Whoosh.
And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And they do get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Shift together here from the D-line. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Ezekiel Elliott with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Raiders add on to their lead. And it's good to make it 14-0. Bullock out now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's now Griffin on first down. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half. And you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit. And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Rodgers going to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Not only was that a 3-and-out, it was their 3rd straight incompletion on this drive, and they didn't even think about trying to run the football. Now they have to give it up.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And that's caught by Beasley. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Cole Beasley, his second touchdown on the season. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, did a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. A first down carry now for Yeldon. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Getting out a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. On second down, here's Griffin. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
They go read option with Griffin. And he's got some space here. And he slides to avoid the hit. So not his arm, but hurting him with his legs. A gain of 19 on the keeper and a first down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
That's caught at the 3. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. They'll try to punch it in with Yeldon, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. T.J. Yeldon, his 6th touchdown of the season, and the Broncos get a bit closer. And they're able to run it in. It started with the battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Boswell on now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. Rodgers to throw on second down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield, and they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. On the counter, it's Yeldon. They find some open field here. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Griffin now off the bootleg. He finds Yeldon. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Second down now after the pass completion. They'll try the right side here with Yeldon. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup, so from a good situation on 2nd and 2, it's now 3rd and 1. Of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. So now on 4th down, Mike McCarthy will turn to his field goal unit. And this one a 41-yard attempt. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to Denver right after this. The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on 4th down here. They'll try and throw for it with Griffin. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Anderson Dejo. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't one.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Brandon Graham in there to get him for what will be a loss of 13 yards. On second down, here's Rodgers. Going deep here for Bryant. And that's caught inside the 30. A big play that time for the Raiders. 42 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory. I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Reset. All right.
On first down, Rodgers. And that'll be incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Back to the air on second down. It's Rodgers. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And that will force a turnover on downs. Now a handoff as they run left side. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Raiders out in front. As we send you on down to our studios in Orlando, where standing by is Larry Ridley with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken near the 13. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. Off the play fake. Here's Griffin. And his throw is incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. The Broncos on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, Griffin. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. The Broncos send out their punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. They'll indeed go for it with Griffin. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. They'll try and get the running game going with Elliott. Oh, spinning away. He's to the 10. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Ezekiel Elliott, his 3rd touchdown of the game, his 8th on the year. And the Raiders add on to their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game being on the second half no matter what. Well, his first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
Bullock out now to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. So the D-line's going to spread out. They keep it with Yeldon on first down. And some room to work. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
That's another nice run, and I have to tell you, some of the coaches that I played for, their philosophies were always different when they see a guy running the ball well. Some of them wanted to immediately go to play action and throw it now because it's wide open. While other coaches said, you know something? Until they stop him, that big boy's going to keep getting the football. And that might be the direction that they're going to go right now.
11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion. Now T.J. Yeldon. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. Again, it's Yeldon. Room here to run. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. It'll be a gain of 11, and that's going to make it third down and less than a yard.
Look, the first down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went against the tendency and ran it, and boy, the reward was there. A big, big pickup. And guess what? It's now third and very short in order to try and pick up a first down.
And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down. Griffin keeps it. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Only a yard there on the keeper, but that's all he needed. First down.
Now, that was a little bit longer distance than you would expect to see for a quarterback sneak. Normally, it's 4th and 1, 4th and inches. But when you get interior linemen trying to get upfield for a pass play, sometimes you can blow past them on the sneak.
Yeldon fighting. He lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. Finding room at the 30. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Time running out here on the play clock. They keep on the ground with Elliott. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
On second down, Elliott. Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up, loose football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it, and somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Oh, wide open, complete. And he's going to be taken down deep into Bronco territory. A gain of 39 that time.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
Rodgers now to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Welcome back now to Denver. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Now Rodgers throwing on second down. Steps away to his left. And the receivers are in for 6. Touchdown. Aaron Rodgers, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. And they will line up now for the 2-point try. Now it's Rodgers. And he slings one that's incomplete.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody didn't like someone else. There's no doubt about it.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot.
No.
Okay.
On 1st and 10, it's Griffin. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. Throwing now, Griffin on 1st down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. That one was intended for John Brown. That'll bring up 2nd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 19. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. A give to Elliott. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brandon, it's all about pace and tempo now for them. They've got the advantage, so I'm going to put musical terms for you. You don't want to go prestissimo. That's too quick, too lively, right? But you also don't want to slow it down too much. You don't want to go lento. What you really want to be is moderato. Nice and even, nice and steady, get those gains, and close out the game.
I think that chicken parm from last night's gone to your head. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Hey, 26.
Play clock winding down. Now Rodgers. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Now Elliott, and he's going to be met at about the 43. Just a couple there on the 2nd down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And it's knocked away and incomplete. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Rodgers going to go on 4th down. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Past the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football, because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
And they'll get set here looking for the 2-point conversion. Back to the air, RG3 after the pick 6. That's caught at the 2. And he is not going to get in here. So the decision to go for 2 does not pay off, as they're unable to cut any further into their deficit. And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's second down. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
All right. Hey, check 20, 30.
The play clock's running down on 3rd down. Elliott. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Breaks a tackle. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. The Raiders on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. From the pistol, here's Elliott. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
They'll run it now out of the gun. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
Well, that's pretty symptomatic about how things have gone here. That play was just shut down right from the start.
And not going to give them a lot of confidence to help turn things around. And Adams has it complete. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Call it a gain of 5. And they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. Here's Griffin. The left side throw complete to Adams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down. And now here's another interception. Picked up on the off-road corner, Josh Norman. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in the game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. Now, whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Rodgers throwing here. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. On third and long, it's Rodgers. Flush to his right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. Going deep here for Bryant. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over. Charles, it's great.